Welcome to our first section on defining project scope management. Project scope management is a crucial aspect of project management, laying the groundwork for a successful project. It involves defining and controlling what is included in the project and, importantly, what is not included. This process ensures that everyone involved, from stakeholders to the project team, has a clear understanding of the project's goals and boundaries. Effective scope management is about setting realistic expectations and preventing unnecessary additions that can lead to delays, cost overruns, and ultimately, project failure. Imagine building a house without a blueprint. Chaos would ensue, with each contractor working on their own vision, leading to a structure that is far from the homeowner's dream. This illustrates why defining the project scope is like creating a detailed blueprint. It provides a clear roadmap for the project, outlining all the work that needs to be done to achieve the desired outcome. This includes creating a detailed description of the project's objectives, deliverables, and acceptance criteria, ensuring that everyone is on the same page from the outset. Project scope management is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process throughout the project lifecycle. It requires constant monitoring, adjustments, and communication to ensure that the project stays on track and within the defined scope. Any changes to the scope must be carefully evaluated and documented, with their impact on time, cost, and quality thoroughly considered. This proactive approach helps to prevent scope creep, a common project pitfall where uncontrolled changes and additions gradually expand the scope, leading to project delays and budget overruns. In essence, project scope management is about establishing a clear vision for the project, defining the boundaries of what will be accomplished, and then diligently managing those boundaries throughout the project lifecycle. This systematic approach is fundamental to achieving project success, ensuring that the project delivers the intended value while staying within the constraints of time, cost, and resources. Moving on to Section 2, Requirement Collection, the foundation of scope. Requirement collection is the initial step in defining the project scope. It involves gathering information from stakeholders to understand their needs, expectations, and goals for the project. This process is crucial as it forms the basis for all subsequent scope management activities. Effective requirement collection ensures that the project is aligned with stakeholder expectations and delivers the intended value. Various techniques can be employed for requirement collection, including interviews, surveys, workshops, and document analysis. These methods help to elicit information from stakeholders and understand their perspectives. The project manager plays a key role in facilitating this process, ensuring that all relevant stakeholders are engaged and their input is captured accurately. The collected requirements are then documented and organized, forming a comprehensive repository of information about the project's needs. Requirements can be categorized as functional or non-functional. Functional requirements define what the project should do, outlining the specific features and functionality that the final product or service should possess. For example, in a software development project, a functional requirement might be that the software should allow users to create and edit documents. Non-functional requirements, on the other hand, define how the project should perform, specifying qualities such as performance, security, usability, and reliability. For instance, a non-functional requirement could be that the software should load in under 5 seconds. The thoroughness and accuracy of requirement collection have a direct impact on the success of the project. Well-defined requirements minimize misunderstandings and ensure that the project is built to meet the stakeholders' needs. They provide a clear understanding of what is to be achieved, forming the foundation for defining the project scope and developing the project plan. Now, let's dive into Section 3, Defining Scope Clarity for Success. Defining the project scope is the process of translating the collected requirements into a clear and concise statement of what the project will achieve. This involves identifying all the work that needs to be done, the deliverables that will be produced, and the acceptance criteria that will be used to determine project completion. A well-defined scope provides a roadmap for the project, outlining the boundaries of what is included and, importantly, what is not included. The scope statement should be comprehensive and unambiguous, leaving no room for misinterpretation. It should clearly articulate the project objectives, the deliverables that will be produced, and the criteria for accepting those deliverables. The scope statement also outlines any exclusions, specifying what is not part of the project. This helps to manage stakeholder expectations and prevent scope creep by clearly defining the project boundaries. A well-defined scope statement serves as a reference point throughout the project lifecycle. It acts as a guide for decision-making, ensuring that all activities and deliverables remain aligned with the project objectives. The scope statement is also used to develop the project plan, providing the basis for estimating time, cost, and resources. This ensures that the project plan is realistic and achievable, based on a clear understanding of the work involved. Defining the project scope is not a one-time event, but an iterative process. As the project progresses, new information may emerge, requiring adjustments to the scope. Any changes to the scope must be carefully evaluated and documented, with their impact on time, cost, and quality thoroughly considered. This ensures that the project remains aligned with the overall objectives while staying within the defined constraints. Lastly, we come to Section 4, creating the Work Breakdown Structure, WBS, organizing the project. The Work Breakdown Structure, WBS, is a hierarchical decomposition of the project scope, breaking down the project into smaller, more manageable components. This process involves dividing the project deliverables into work packages, which are the smallest units of work that can be assigned and managed. The WBS provides a structured view of the project, facilitating planning, execution, and control. The WBS is typically represented as a tree diagram, with the top level representing the entire project and each subsequent level representing a breakdown of the work into smaller components. The lowest level of the WBS represents the work packages, which are assigned to individual team members or groups for execution. The WBS provides a clear picture of the project's structure, showing the relationship between different work packages and how they contribute to the overall project deliverables. The WBS serves as a valuable tool for various project management activities. It helps in planning the project by providing a framework for estimating time, cost, and resources. The WBS also facilitates task assignment, ensuring that all work packages are assigned to responsible parties. Moreover, the WBS supports project tracking and control, enabling the project manager to monitor progress against the plan and identify any deviations. Creating a comprehensive WBS is essential for effective project management. It provides a structured approach to organizing the project work, ensuring that all tasks are identified and assigned. The WBS promotes team understanding and collaboration, enabling team members to see how their work fits into the larger project picture. This facilitates effective communication and coordination, contributing to the successful completion of the project. Section 5. Importance of scope. Management, clarity, alignment, and success. Scope management is critical to the success of any project. It provides the foundation for planning, execution, and control, ensuring that the project stays on track and delivers the intended value. Effective scope management brings clarity, alignment, and control to the project, minimizing risks and maximizing the chances of success. Clarity in scope definition ensures that everyone involved in the project understands the project goals, objectives, and deliverables. This shared understanding prevents misunderstandings, reduces rework, and fosters effective communication among stakeholders and team members. A clear scope definition acts as a reference point throughout the project lifecycle, guiding decision-making and ensuring that all activities remain aligned with the project objectives. Alignment between the project scope and stakeholder expectations is crucial for project success. Scope management processes ensure that the project deliverables meet the stakeholders' needs and expectations. This involves actively engaging stakeholders throughout the scope definition process, capturing their requirements and incorporating their feedback. Alignment between scope and stakeholder expectations fosters project ownership and promotes stakeholder satisfaction. Control over project scope is essential for preventing scope creep and managing project risks. Scope management processes provide mechanisms for controlling changes to the project scope, ensuring that any changes are carefully evaluated and approved. This control helps to prevent uncontrolled expansion of the project scope, which can lead to delays, cost overruns, and project failure. Effective scope control ensures that the project remains within the defined boundaries, delivering the intended value within the constraints of time, cost, and resources. In conclusion, scope management is not just a task, but a strategic process that underpins project success. It brings clarity, alignment, and control to the project, minimizing risks and maximizing the chances of delivering a successful outcome. Section 6. Scope verification, ensuring accuracy and completeness. Scope verification is the process of formally accepting completed project deliverables. It involves confirming that the deliverables meet the defined acceptance criteria and satisfy the stakeholders' requirements. This process ensures that the project delivers what was promised and that the scope has been accurately fulfilled. Scope verification is typically conducted at the end of each project phase or upon completion of major deliverables. It involves a systematic review of the deliverables against the defined acceptance criteria, which may include functionality, performance, quality, and completeness. The verification process may involve inspections, testing, demonstrations, or reviews by stakeholders. The outcome of the verification is a formal acceptance or rejection of the deliverables. Formal acceptance of deliverables is a crucial step in scope management. It signifies that the deliverables meet the agreed-upon standards and are ready for use or implementation. Formal acceptance also provides a record of project completion, documenting the fulfillment of the project scope. This documentation is essential for project closure and for future reference. Scope verification is not merely a formality, but a critical step in ensuring project success. It provides a mechanism for confirming that the project has delivered what was promised, satisfying stakeholder expectations, and achieving the project objectives. This process contributes to project quality, minimizing rework, and ensuring that the project delivers the intended value. Stakeholders play a crucial role in project scope management. Their needs and expectations shape the project scope, and their involvement throughout the project lifecycle is essential for ensuring that the project delivers the intended value. Effective stakeholder management is crucial for controlling the project scope and preventing scope creep. Stakeholder engagement begins during the requirement collection phase, where their needs and expectations are identified and documented. This early involvement ensures that the project scope is aligned with stakeholder expectations from the outset. Throughout the project lifecycle, stakeholders should be kept informed about project progress and any changes to the scope. Their feedback should be actively sought and incorporated into scope management decisions. Effective communication is key to successful stakeholder management. Regular communication channels, such as meetings, reports, and online platforms, should be established to keep stakeholders informed about project status, scope changes, and any potential impacts. Open and transparent communication builds trust and fosters collaboration, minimizing misunderstandings and facilitating scope control. Managing stakeholder expectations is an ongoing process. Stakeholders may have different perspectives and priorities, and their expectations may evolve as the project progresses. The project manager must proactively manage these expectations, ensuring that stakeholders understand the scope, the rationale for any changes, and the implications of those changes. Effective stakeholder management involves balancing competing interests and building consensus around scope decisions. Scope creep, the uncontrolled expansion of the project scope, is a major risk in project management. It occurs when changes and additions are made to the project scope without proper evaluation and approval, leading to delays, cost overruns, and project failure. Identifying and mitigating scope creep risks is crucial for effective scope management. Scope creep can originate from various sources, including unclear requirements, inadequate stakeholder communication, poor change control processes, and external pressures. Unclear requirements can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations, resulting in work being done outside the defined scope. Inadequate stakeholder communication can lead to stakeholders requesting changes without understanding the impact on the project. Poor change control processes can allow unauthorized changes to slip through, gradually expanding the project scope. Mitigating scope creep risks involves implementing robust scope management processes. This includes establishing clear requirements, fostering open communication with stakeholders, and implementing a rigorous change control process. All change requests should be documented, evaluated for their impact on time, cost, and quality, and formally approved before being incorporated into the project scope. Preventing scope creep is an ongoing effort that requires vigilance and proactive management. The project manager should regularly monitor the project scope, identify any potential creep, and take corrective actions. This includes educating stakeholders about the dangers of scope creep, enforcing the change control process, and maintaining a clear focus on the defined project objectives. Effective scope management demands proactive planning and clear communication throughout the project lifecycle. By establishing a well-defined scope and maintaining open communication with stakeholders, project managers can minimize the risk of scope creep and ensure project success. Begin by investing time in thorough requirement collection. Engage all relevant stakeholders to capture their needs and expectations. Document these requirements meticulously to serve as a foundation for defining the project's scope. A well-defined scope statement should clearly articulate the project objectives, deliverables, acceptance criteria, and exclusions. This document serves as a reference point for all project activities. Develop a comprehensive work breakdown structure, WBS, to decompose the project scope into manageable work packages. This hierarchical structure facilitates planning, task assignment, and progress tracking. The WBS provides a visual representation of the project scope, enabling team members to understand how their work contributes to the overall project objectives. Implement a rigorous change control process to manage any proposed changes to the project scope. All change requests should be documented, evaluated for their impact on time, cost, and quality, and formally approved before being implemented. This process ensures that changes are carefully considered and that their impact on the project is understood. Maintain open and transparent communication with stakeholders throughout the project lifecycle. Regularly update stakeholders on project progress, scope changes, and any potential impacts. Encourage stakeholders to ask questions and voice their concerns. By fostering a collaborative environment, project managers can build consensus around scope decisions and minimize the risk of scope creep. Robust scope management is fundamental to achieving project success. By clearly defining the project scope, managing stakeholder expectations, and controlling changes, project managers can ensure that the project delivers the intended value within the constraints of time, cost, and resources. A well-defined scope provides a roadmap for the project, guiding decision-making and ensuring that all activities remain aligned with the project objectives. Effective scope management minimizes the risk of scope creep, preventing uncontrolled expansion of the project scope and its associated consequences. This proactive approach helps to keep the project on track, delivering the intended value while staying within the defined budget and timeline. Stakeholder satisfaction is a key indicator of project success. By actively engaging stakeholders throughout the scope management process, capturing their requirements and incorporating their feedback, project managers can ensure that the project delivers what was promised. This collaborative approach fosters project ownership and promotes stakeholder satisfaction, building trust and strengthening relationships. In conclusion, robust scope management is not merely a task, but a strategic process that underpins project success. By investing in thorough planning, clear communication, and rigorous change control, project managers can minimize risks, maximize efficiency, and deliver projects that meet stakeholder expectations and achieve the desired outcomes. The impact of effective scope management extends beyond the immediate project, contributing to organizational efficiency, stakeholder satisfaction, and a strong reputation for delivering successful projects.